Welcome to Anchor Yourself, Aquarius Season 2021. My name is Lunar. I do tarot/energy readings. If you are interested in booking a reading with me, go down into my description box, look for schedule an appointment, click on the website, and see what I have to offer. Now I'm going to give you some information about Aquarius Season. Aquarius Season runs from January 19th through February 18th, 19th, give or take a day. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, but in modern day form is ruled by Uranus. Aquarius rules the 11th house. The 11th house deals with communities, technology, society. Aquarius is a fixed air sign. Aquarius represents the water barrier. The tarot card that represents Aquarius is the star card. Some astrological stuff going on in Aquarius season. You have Venus moving into Aquarius. You have Mars in Taurus. You have a new moon in Aquarius, a full moon in Leo. You have a Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. You have Uranus still in the shadow phase. And that's about all the stuff that's going on astrologically. I'm going to show you the card that came through, which is grounded. Do not have the Instagram post for Aquarius season 2021 and 2020 down in the description box. Just click on the link or head on over to the IG page and look at it. I'm going to read something that I wrote down for Aquarius season. Things have been rocky for a while. Now we got to get settled. Back into ourselves, not reality. Reality still don't feel real. Things are still a little bit uncertain. I know history have come up, but this is going to be a start of a new history. One where people work together instead of working against each other. We're going to lift everyone up instead of tearing everyone apart. Change does feel good, but you got to wonder how long it's going to last. Plus, happy birthday to all Aquarius for January and February. I love y'all. Turn up, be safe, be you. Now let's get started with the deep dive in tarot because I am interested to see what tarot cards come up for this season. I'll see y'all in a bit. Welcome to the deep dive in tarot for Aquarius season 2021. I'll give y'all some time with the oracle card. You can pause the video here to look at the oracle cards a little bit longer. Alright, let's move the oracle card off to the side. Before we get started, I want you to center yourself, either with grounding techniques or breathing techniques. If you decide to do breathing techniques, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and you will continue to do that until you feel calm or centered within yourself. If breathing techniques don't work for you, try connecting your energy with Mother Earth. And how you would do that, you will plant your feet flat on the ground, straighten your back, relax your shoulders. You will imagine your energy or roots going deep into Mother Earth, slowly dragging her energy up through your body and out through the top of your head. And whatever energy you take from Mother Earth, always give back. Equal exchange. You will keep exchanging your energy until you feel calm or centered within yourself. And when you do, just open your eyes and we'll officially get started. What cards need to come through for Aquarius season 2021? Starting off with the Four Swords. Page of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Death. Three of Swords. Seven of Wands. Five of Swords. The High Priestess. The World. Seven of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Two of Wands. Ten of Wands. Five of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Six of Swords. Nine of Swords. Two of Swords. So it did pop up. Judgment. Three of Swords. Four of Cups. The Devil. Two of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Ten of Swords. Eight of Swords. Knight of Swords. The Star. Three of Wands. Temperance. Knight of Cups. Seven of Cups. The Lovers. The Empress. Now, from the bottom of the deck, the Hangman. Page of Wands. King of Swords. Eight of Wands. King of Cups. Two of Cups. Ten of Cups. King of Wands. Six of Wands. This Aquarius energy is very fight-worthy. It's very heavy. It's a very learning period. It's time to take everything you have learned since last Aquarius season and put it into effect this season. We have a lot of twos coming up. Connections. We have threes popping up for community, communications. And also, Aquarius is the 11th sign. 11 in numerology is like the goddess, God energy, the universal energy, the awestruck energy. Strong pillars, strong front, a strong connection, a strong sense of purpose. So this makes you wonder, what is your sense of purpose? What is your sense of understanding? What is your sense of knowing? Where do you fall in this realm of doubters and believers? Black, white. Where do you fall in this scale? Because you know you don't feel like you fit in with either side, but you know you're supposed to do something. You're supposed to stand for something. But right now you feel like you'd rather observe than try to jump in. And Aquarius season is definitely going to change the game. Like, things you never thought about was going to happen is going to happen. Things that you really need to face is causing you to face it. Because I'm looking at this Judgment card with the double X's and even that cross right there that looks like an X. It's like it's telling me to stop. Like, wait. Like, don't go beyond this point. do you even understand what's at stake here? Do you get where we gotta go? Do you even see what's happening around you? Things are literally crumbling, and there's like literally nothing you can do about it. Vedic slash sidereal, I would say, is more the true essence of astrology. And Saturn in Capricorn is still wreaking havoc in the sidereal. And we all know Capricorn deals with structures, government, the foundation of how things are supposed to be built. And Saturn dealing with the restrictions, limitations. You seeing all of that getting broken, things being challenged to a whole nother level. Seeing that in your own country, it's like things hit home even more, and you just like, whoa, what you thought was safe is really not safe. It's like any job. No job is guaranteed at the end of the day. You know eventually they can boot you to the curb when you least expect it. So anyway, you gotta feel like you gotta be on point at all times. You gotta be, jumping on your toes, because you never know when you're going to get the axe like somebody else. You're going to be constantly wondering this. Like, when am I going to be the next person getting axed? And you have all these elements popping up. Like, you got a good balance of reversals and uprights. Looking at the reversals, I can feel the rush energy, the overthinking of things, the staggering effect that this season can have on people if you're not careful with it. Aquarius is another fellow air sign, the last one of the air signs, the last fixed sign as well. I like to say it's very stale breath. It steals your breath away. It chokes you to the limit. It reminds me of Legend of Korra, when Korra was getting her air sucked out of her. All you can do is just gasp, but nothing is coming in. You just getting it stolen away from you. It's out of reach. It's something so free. It's something so open. It's a necessity that we all need. But when it gets taken from you, then you realize that's an everyday thing that everybody needs. People mess up their own priorities, forget the main necessities that you need in order to get through day-to-day life, even though some people can't get those necessities day in, day out. You gotta scrape by with what you have just to make sure things get to the place that you needed to get to. Nobody should struggle trying to get the bare necessities that they need to get from one day to the next. And all it boils down to is you need a very stable job. How can you make sure that you're getting that money coming in with no problem? How can you get a job that makes sure it pays you the right amount instead of what they just give you right up front? So you gotta worry about all of that. Then not even taking into account debts. Like, you got so much you feel like it's piled onto you. All you wondering is, can I make it to the next paycheck? All of this stuff rolls through your head. It causes you to overthink. All you have to do is take a breath. You got to work out your finances how you need to work out your finances. And you get tired of being stuck in that loop. It freaking sucks. It's stressful. When do I get my break? So pretty much I'm going to be hustling for the rest of my life? Nah. And before you know, you probably end up making a rash decision on something and you're just like, shit, I shouldn't have done that. Really, all you're going to do is just put yourself more in debt. When can I change something? Bottom line, if you into spirituality and you've been feeling that out-of-body experience, like you in the present moment but you're not in the present moment, you got to find some way of anchoring yourself back into the present moment so you don't try to drift off somewhere. This is going to be a huge wake-up call for a lot of people. I talked about how the earth frequency is finally connecting to people, finally waking them up. If the earth doesn't respond to your energy, then it's going to repel you. People who shouldn't be a part of it is going to get weeded out. The earth do want everybody to be woken up to this and realize the truth, but most people don't want that truth because, for one, if they realize this truth, it's going to scare them. And then we end up falling back into the same cycle again, repressing something that shouldn't be repressed. We at this point where we either embrace this full frequency of earth, or do we go back to that same hierarchy that we had, where it only worked for one specific group instead of for everybody? And Aquarius is not going to have that, because Aquarius is set up where everybody got to win this. Everybody is going to be a part of this. Everybody's going to have their hand in the till. Not just you, everybody. Now, I'm going to pull out the rest of these cards. Looking at that again, good lordy. Whether you like it or not, everybody's going to go through this transformation. Because you can try to keep your blindfold on, block everything out around you if you want to. But you won't be able to stop this. The way the earth has been building up its energy for a moment. The earth been watching. The earth been feeling. And now it's like I'm at this point where I'm tired of just one group always winning. I want everybody to win. Like, everybody should understand this investment. Everybody should understand this flow. She started with people who was willing to listen to her. The way the energy is set up, the way that history is set up, they won't let you forget it. All it does is going to eventually come back around, and it's going to be greater than last time. And it's going to keep doing that until eventually we get tired of this keep popping up over and over. It's like the quote I always say, history always repeats itself, and it does. It's just with different people, but the same story. You got to see it for what it is. And as hard as it is to try to stop a change, you can't. Once one person wakes up, they start telling other people, and slowly they start waking up, and it just becomes a chain reaction. You can't stop a snake from shedding its skin. Like, if it doesn't shed its skin, well, it's always going to stay that small size. What can happen to a snake like that? I guess it would just feel constricted in that small skin. It would feel like it's suffocating in its own skin. You don't want to feel like you're suffocating in your own skin. It comes back to the fixed air energy. You don't want to feel like you're gasping for air. You don't want your breath stolen away from you. So try to rise out of that. Shed that old way so you can embrace this new energy, this new understanding of things. Start connecting with everything around you. Because the Hierophant, the messenger, the one that starts you on that journey of awakening. And you see it sideways for a reason. Because this energy can tilt one way or another. It can go like this, or it can go like this. The Hierophant is here if you decide to go there. All you gotta do is be ready to accept it. Accept the messages coming in. Accept the energy that's being processed through you. Are you ready to awaken to a whole nother level that you never thought was possible? Are you ready to leave behind your old ways and welcome in something that's all for you and only for you? Nobody have to tell you what to do or what to be. You can be whatever you want to be. You can stand for whatever you want to stand for. You can be a part of whoever you want to be a part of. Or you can just sit back and just observe everything. You just listen and just absorb. You can be whatever. Because we accept any and everybody. We want everybody to be included. We want everybody to have a voice. We want everybody to feel like this is your home. This is your domain. This is your space. We holding it for you. And when you accept that space, you can transform it to however you want to. But let's pull out the rest of these cards over here. Because I love the Hangman. It was like, even though this is a card for pausing yourself, at the same time, it's a learning card too. Because the crow represents Odin. Odin sacrificed his eye to hang from the world tree so he can gain all knowledge and learn how to use rune magic. And once he learned all, he only gave out his wisdom to people who wants his wisdom. He was able to travel around, be a part and not be a part of things as well. Even though he knew all, but he learned how to drift without intertwining with something that wasn't meant for him to intertwine with. So instead of you trying to merge with any and everybody around you, you just got to be a part of yourself. It's better to know who you are as a person than what everybody expects you to be. Learn something from Odin. You can be all-knowing and only give out your wisdom to people who wants to hear it. Or still pass it on to people and see what they do with it themselves. And you can continue on wherever you gotta go. That's all you gotta do. You can be a drifter and drift out what you have to drift out. Say what needs to be said. Be a powerhouse or not be a powerhouse. Stand for something or fall for nothing. And you do have 3 kings up in here. They all can help each other, but at the same time they got disadvantages. The wands is too aggressive. The swords are too sharp. The cups are too intuitive. They balance each other out in a way. You can learn to lean on the sharpness of the swords. And you can learn to lean on the intuitions, the emotions that the cups give you. And the cups can learn a thing from the assertiveness of the wands. And the wands can learn how to keep calm like the water. stay collected, know how to soothe things instead of scorching something. Each one can help the other, but at the same time, help the other person's weakness. It's the same way in a partnership. You're supposed to be in a partnership that helps each other instead of breaking each other down. And it's the same way in society. You're supposed to help one another instead of tearing each other down. Where in that can you find balance? Where in there can you find a way of putting your own needs with somebody else's needs? How can you help their strengths as well as their weaknesses? Better yet, do you even know your own weaknesses and your own strengths? And if you don't, then learn what your strengths and weaknesses are. What do you bring to this life? What can you offer to other people that nobody else can offer? Or better yet, even if you don't want to offer something to somebody, if you was given the opportunity, how would you word yourself in just one sentence? If you can voice all your criticism into one sentence or one word, what would it be? If you had to tell somebody how you truly felt about them, how would you voice all of that out in one sitting? How would you be able to stand up for yourself in a society that don't want you to stand up for yourself? How can you bring up other people when you can't even voice your own? There's a lot of things to think about, both anchoring yourself and anchoring your community. How can you pull yourself up as well keep yourself grounded? How can you see the scenery right in front of you if you're too much looking above or below? Have you ever taken a moment to smell the roses? Or have you even taken a moment to see the world around you instead of looking at yourself? Have you ever stopped taking pictures and just taking a beautiful picture of a sunset, of a rabbit bouncing around, or even a dog playing, a cat meowing, or a wolf howling? Have you ever taken the time to appreciate what's right in front of you? Appreciate the people you have around you? Did you take some for granted? And if you have you ever apologized to them and let them know, I took you for granted? What can I do to help you? Or have you held on to something so long that it's hard for you to let it go? Aquarius season will awaken all of that. And all you have to do is be able to face it. Or is it going to rattle you that much that you won't be able to look at yourself the same, look at the group of friends around you the same, or look at your space around you the same? A lot of things to think about within Aquarius season. A lot of truth hittings. When the change comes throughout Aquarius season, are you going to be able to tackle it head on? Are you going to be able to be honest with yourself? If anything gets scorched during Aquarius season, just comment on what burned during Aquarius season. But at the same time, that could be a burning of yourself, like the phoenix. So are we going to be like the phoenix and rise out of the ashes? But happy birthday to all Aquariuses for January and February. Turn up, be you, be safe. This is y'all deep dive in tarot for Aquarius season. If you like what I have to say, leave a thumbs up, leave a lovely comment down in the comment section. Share this, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell so you can get the latest updates on when the newest videos drop. Make sure you follow me on all my social medias at Phaseoflunar. Follow me, I follow you. Simple as that. And if you want to book a reading with me, go down in my description box, look for schedule an appointment, click on the website, and see what I have to offer. And as always, I love you guys, and I will definitely check y'all out in the next set of videos. Bye.